it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me.
I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, go, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Commanders. The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here we go. Here we go. Quickly to the air is Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. On the move past the 40. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And some space here. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Wentz going to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
let's go. Great.
To throw, it's Wentz. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Here we go. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Here we go.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Gun.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1.
Here we go.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Burrow looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
On one, ready?
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Burrow looking to pass. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chase Young in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here we go. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Gun. Stop. They'll run with Mixon. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Here we go. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Touchdown Bengals. Hayden Hurst from 17 yards out, and the Bengals have moved out in front. McPherson on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Lefty. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
From the 31, Wentz
winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And got his man complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And his pass incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
in the third quarter here in D.C. A 2nd and 10 upcoming. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now a play fake. Wentz to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Sly able to put this one through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. After the sack on 1st down, Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. A free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting. And he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Wentz. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Wentz now to throw. And apparently not liking what was taking place, so he'll just tuck it and take the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Well, that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Now here's Samuel on the end around.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
When teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say forget it. Let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Play action. Now Wentz. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Here we go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge third down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Wentz to throw again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
11.
They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the ball.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Kevin Huber now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go, here we go. Solid, solid. Hey, rip line 2, out here.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He's gonna let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's Mixon on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because it just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.